President Trump and his inner circle fighting off salvos from all directions in the Russia investigations tonight.
I did not collude with Russia, nor do I know of anyone else in the campaign who did so.
Tonight, the president's team is also dealing with rumblings of a potential legal fight with special counsel Robert Mueller. Following a report in the Washington Post that Trump has asked his advisors about his power to pardon his aides, relatives, and even himself, the president tweeted over the weekend, quote, "While all agree the U.S. president has the complete power to pardon, why think of that when only crime so far is leaks against us, fake news?" That got one of his personal attorneys on the defensive on ABC's This Week.
Pardons have not been discussed, and pardons are not on the table.
But in an interview with CNN's Jake Tapper, Trump's new communications director didn't deny pardons had been discussed.
It has been coming up a lot. There's an undercurrent of nonsensical stuff.
Because he has asked advisors about it.
No, come on, Jake. He's not allowed that. This is the problem with the whole system. He's the president of the United States. If I turn to one of my staff members at Skybridge, I ask them a question, they run out to the news media and tell everything that I'm thinking about. Is that fair to the president?
It's triggered a debate in Washington over whether the president can pardon himself. Some constitutional experts say he can, because there's nowhere in the Constitution where it says specifically that he cannot pardon himself. Others say the Constitution at least implies that a president cannot go that far.
A fundamental principle, it's embedded in the Constitution, is that no man can be a judge in his own case. How can you have a rule of law system where the president is both the judge, pardoning himself, and the defendant in the case?
Experts say no Democratic leader anywhere has ever tried to pardon himself. Richard Nixon looked into it, then decided against it. How does it look for Trump, politically, that pardons are apparently being discussed just 6 months into his presidency?
It's a terrible sign for Trump's presidency that not only is his legislative agenda completely bogged down on Capitol Hill, but at the same time he has this metastasizing Russia scandal that is forcing him to talk about extreme options of pardon and potentially firing the investigator.